carry the boats and the logs, 'cause they're turning them old frogs gay. Or maybe they're born this way. Pull up a chair, sit right there, brush your teeth and comb your hair, 'cause they're turning them old frogs gay.
Lakers in 5. Landslide.
Who?
Lakers in 5.
What's
Shannon
that?
Sharp.
Lakers in 5.
Okay. Are we live?
Yeah, we're it.
We're live.
What's up with the Shannon Sharp controversy? Do you know anything about it?
I don't.
With the
Okay, then
women's
my next topic.
with the,
I don't either.
with the 20-something-year-old, right? Some like
Oh, I did see. I mean, all I saw was
OnlyFans
the
model?
text, like a text that he'd sent. Like she had accused him of sexual assault. Then he posted like the thing that she was saying that was.
he paid
Pretty
her
nasty.
like $10-15 million,
No.
something like that.
Me and Dot said we don't have any idea what we're talking about. We both sound off.
He's like
on the
10-15 million,
controversy.
and then she said like how long they lasted, and he came back and said like no, we went longer or something like that.
Sexually?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I know he got caught clapping cheeks.
Oh,
You ever see? You know about that?
Yes,
He hit
on-
up his Instagram live and he went freaking live with it.
left it rolling. We honestly saw firsthand how IG Live can go south.
It's addicting.
Because when we potted and then we had the IG Live going, you forget the IG Live is just running.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I pulled out my handgun.
Yeah, John Morant style.
I started brandishing my handgun. I'm the
Yeah.
biggest, the largest.
Wait, I'm looking at my phone for the guest. Don't worry. We have a guest today, but
Wow.
I don't think he or she is here yet.
Wow. So we don't know the gender. Special day, surprise guest. Dot said he called one in. I was supposed to call one in. I did, and then they fell through. Busy schedule.
Who was it? Are you allowed to say or no?
Gavin
Can't say.
Newsom.
Can't say. We're still trying to get the noose. Yeah, can't say. They might come for a future date.
Okay.
Let's see if we get a FedEx truck today. Kelly
Another handyman.
Piker.
Kelly Piker
Interesting. Let's-
Construction.
Don has a bone to pick with the some of the construction guys. Oh, surprise guest could be calling.
Nope, not him.
Really?
Was that a female?
No, this is a scam. Female, I wish.
Chinese scam? Or maybe, you know what? Speaking of scams, the scam calls might go down in this country because,
The tariffs?
because India and Pakistan are about to frickin' set off a hot war.
They have a bunch of pilots.
They've got pilots. They're beefing on the border.
I saw the terrorist attack at a ski slope.
Yeah, that.
Seen that, Joe?
No, I didn't. That wasn't on my feed.
The guy freaking filming
Yeah,
himself.
ziplining while there's a
Ziplining
terrorist attack
while there's a
going
terrorist
on.
attack
He's like
on the-
smiling.
Wait, so the zipliner was the one raining down holy
No,
fire?
no, no,
He's
no,
filming
no.
himself.
No,
He's
he was just
filming
having
himself.
he was having a good time.
And decided and just was filming what was going down below. Which
No, he
happened-
didn't know what was going down. He was just
He had no
selfieing
idea.
his zip line, not
You
knowing.
see
yeah.
people running on the ski slope as you hear.
But
Oh my!
I don't know much about the region. I know they don't like each other, even though being
Hell no.
even though being virtually identical.
Cole's been saving that.
No, I haven't. That just came to mind.
Virtually
But Cole, have you ever been there? Is the question.
No, I've never been to India. I'm sure it's a lovely place.
I've never been to India.
The algorithm pushes some interesting things out of the region, though.
So who sparked the big war?
I honestly
don't
don't
know.
know what's going on. This is pure misinformation.
So we're 0 for 2.
But if you
we're
do-
0 for
if-
2 on Shannon Sharp and
Is this
India,
like a
Pakistan
Gaza
war?
Israel thing to where like this little gun shooting thing kind of just set everything
It might
off,
be.
even
It
though
might
it's
be.
been waiting to happen?
There's really interesting comical videos that have existed forever from the India-Pakistani border. And if you've ever seen the guards on the border there, they wear these insane, like big furry hats, crazy, like medieval looking costumes. They have big, like, they look like the flying primates from not to. I mean, they're dressed as if they were the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Like that's the kind of guards they look like.
Those triggered me when I was little.
Those are very scary.
Very scary.
And they have like dance battles. They try and outstep each other, like who can get the highest steps. They literally do dance battles on the border with their moves. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Maybe we'll put in a little clip.
It's India and Pakistan doing dance battles.
That's what they do on the border all day. It's not like truly a freaking Jabberwocky dance battle, but they're doing their theatrical guardmanship in the most extreme way, and they go back and forth trying to outguard each other. It's really interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cole was on his Turkish oil wrestling last week. That was
Yeah,
on the
I'm
India-Pakistan border guards.
I'm wrapped up in Eastern medicine.
The guest. Do you guys want to have him on? I think he's right. Standing.
Well, he just blew it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's eastbound and down. Oh! You're supposed to wow! No, man, it's live.
Hey, your
brother.
Live.
Your little fuzzy mic's not on top, dude.
Oh yeah, we probably just peaked on that one. Wow, ladies
we gotta
and gentlemen.
figure out
What's up, man? What plan?
how
Dude?
to
You bringing
just have
some
these guests
freaking
coming at the
OG
right
Kush?
time. What's up, ants?
Sorry, I blew it.
I was gonna say we have an Indian Pakistani
Give me my intro.
professional.
You're here right in time. We're ready to dive into India, Pakistan, and kind of the
Yeah, Ant's one of my geopolitical correspondents on a lot of world
I'm
issues. Do you know?
not too brushed up on the India-Pakistan stuff.
It's brand new. It's real fresh in the algorithm.
Anthony Goodnow. Welcome to the pod.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Wow.
Did you guys get into Joe's accomplishments this past weekend?
We
No,
haven't
we haven't
debriefed
got
the
there
try,
yet,
and
but-
this-
Because I want to learn
Before
about
we
that.
get into this,
True.
Cole, he, him,
Oh, Joey, he, him, they, raccoon.
Dot.
Dante, the way, and him.
I'm so confused.
We're just creating a safe space, and
We're
we're
in a
not.
safe space, and we're announcing ourselves so that you don't feel threatened by us or that you know
Oh,
you're in a
okay. Thank
comfortable,
you.
safe
Yeah,
space.
I'm Aunt G. He, him.
Thank
Okay,
you,
thank
thank
you.
you, thank you. Also, too, by the
that's
way,
hot. That's
Milo was. We were at a restaurant the other day. These kids were like throwing a ball outside, and Milo got this little kid the ball. He's like 10 years old. And dude's like, "Oh, thanks, bro. Dude, he's him. He's him." To his friend, he's like, "He is him, dude." To Milo, my 4-year-old hands the little 10-year-old the ball. He goes, "Thanks, dude. Dude, he's him." To his
my
friend, and I was like, "Screw you," but also props for giving Milo love.
It's the local lingo. We were talking about that in
he's-
another episode.
He's him. Is that like a
That's being like-
woke thing, or is that saying no? That's
like
the boy. That's
like,
the guy.
He's the man.
That's
He's
the-
that
yeah.
guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's
Like,
him, bro.
Well, that's
He's
cool.
him.
He's Timothy Chalamet, dude.
But if you watched in the Olympics last year, Dwayne Wade was commenting on
Yeah.
the semifinal and the final game. And then he kept saying, I think they probably had to have like an HR meeting, but it's the Olympics. They're against Serbia. He'd be like, his pronouns are he, him. He said it like twice on
He
the
said it-
live
I
broadcast.
think more than twice. He said it a lot.
Like injecting it when it wasn't necessary and
No,
felt
it
kind
was
of
like it would be like a big shot or a big moment. He'd be like, his pronouns are he, him.
Oh, like he's him.
Like he's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Like, it was a great
But
catch.
Dwayne Wade famously does have an LGBTQIA plus child.
Yes.
That
was
is
an-
very
so maybe
true. I
he-
didn't
maybe
think
it
about
was a
that.
double
That was an
entendre.
insane rattle off. I haven't heard them like that strung together. That was the Long Beach in you right there.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender,
Queer.
asexual,
Inuit.
Oh, queer, asexual.
Mechanic.
No, it's not Inuit. It's intersex.
We actually had we had our first negative comment on one
Asexual,
of the podcasts.
I know.
You guys see that?
Really,
No.
Yeah, some guy wrote a long thing. Remember, he was just like,
It was
I
actually-
think it's really funny how you guys.
Steal valor from the
Let's
gay
actually
community.
let's do a timestamp really quick because we'll pull up the comment. We should reread it because it was negative, but then he also was kind of like, "But I mean, hey, I guess to each their own."
I guess do your
so
thing.
A completely random
Yeah,
guy
pretty
listened to the pod, hated on the pod, and then was like, "But hey, I mean, do your thing."
I
Pretty
was-
messed up. You're making fun of gays, but go ahead.
I was telling my parents about this podcast. Like, what's it called? And then it just it's like 15 minutes of me trying to explain the idea of.
And then
the
you're
name
like
of the
50 minutes
podcast.
in, you get to atrazine, and then they're like, "Okay, yeah."
On this podcast,
Nothing
we
against
pass
gays.
no judgment. We love everyone. We think everyone has a right to live and love. The name of the podcast, They're Turning the Pods Gay, is a play on a famous Alex Jones rant. We don't accept everything Alex says. We don't condone everything Alex says. It's just in its solitary clip, a funny moment where he's unhinged saying that they're turning the frogs gay. Go back to episode 1 about the atrazine.
Freaking.
And we just replaced frogs with pods because it's funny, and that's it.
And
And gay still to this day could mean happy.
And in a weird
does.
way, he was right
And he was
about them turning the
So
frogs
let's
gay.
move on from that.
Yeah.
There's
Joey.
a kernel of truth there.
Congrats on the marathon completion. If we check the rankings online, he went
Not
from
a marathon.
No, triathlon. If we check the rankings online,
No handshake
he's
from
currently
brother.
climbing.
No, just kidding.
Finished 37th day of. Just check the
Climbing?
rankings. He's up to 33.
What did they find? Some kind
someone
of
might
like
got
beaver
popped.
tranquilizers or something?
Might have got popped for some doping.
There's probably some blood doping going on.
There was a 65-year-old woman who finished in the top 5, and she's no longer there. So either she is not with us anymore,
Really?
or she was doping. Yeah.
Did you get tested at all?
Hey, dog, come on. Come in the bod.
Oh, there's little sis.
Come
she's
on.
in. She's out.
Give a
and
congrats-
she's
give congrats to
featured,
Joey.
ladies and gentlemen.
Sister Tall, give a
Sister
congrats to Joey.
Talia.
I was.
Hey,
She
she's
said nothing.
Don was like, he's like, do you want to come for a surprise guest tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like, what time? And he's like, all right, you're gonna want to park down the street. I want you to go to the noble side of the house and wait outside.
Dante
I was like,
gatekeeps.
oh, I didn't know it was like a surprise to you guys. And I'm standing right there. There's like 35 Zins all spat right there.
You parked in the Zen garden.
Questionably on the neighbor's property.
You parked in the Zen garden. Before
Zin
I love
garden.
how he used the last name of the neighbors we had 30 years ago. And, not our
And
current
on the text it
neighbors.
said, the nobles.
I still don't know our neighbors' last name.
Wow, Joey, that's a great cup of Joe.
Dude, the Keurig is
What the
hot
heck?
today. The hazelnut coffee cream.
And looking if there was a cup waiting for him.
Yeah, we
This
should
is what I do every day.
Should have got you a cup.
Every day.
Split some cup.
Oh,
Get him some of the cups. So yeah, the Keurig's hot today. Before we debrief the try, not a marathon, we want to shout out to our
Try.
banger.
Trisexual. It's
really
Shout
bad.
out our sponsor, Darbonic Jerky. First and foremost, Don not consuming the Darbonic. He has a David bar, which I actually do want to try a bite of that.
Tell me about the David bar. Is it biblical?
It's a 28 gram of protein
seems like it.
heater.
It seems biblical.
I feel energy when I eat
going
it.
in.
Like a crusading energy.
But
Like I'm eating a crown or something.
the branding is out of control.
energy bar.
No, he had it at
I will bite.
he had it at Cousin Katrina's. All Don's tracking is through the window right now.
y'all.
Like we plugged Darbonic and immediately start eating this other protein bar.
So we want to plug our sponsor, Darbonic Jerky. How's that David bar? Oh, it's great. I keep telling Don to get the jerky.
David bar. Yeah, I don't know if it's the healthy. Are you guys eating the rest of my David bar? Is this?
I had a small bite.
I'm okay.
Honestly, you can have it.
You're done. Too many lips have been on it already.
Yeah.
All right, give me the David bar.
It's divine, man. We were at
I need to eat.
We were at Cousin Katrina's. She had a David bar. She cracked one off for me and Don.
Dante was sold.
He that's the thing. Don was never over ecstatic about it. Showed zero emotion. So I'm like, oh, I don't think Don liked it. And then he has the David at the house. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he absolutely loved it.
Amazonian.com'd it. No, it's 28 grams of protein, 150 calories.
Yeah,
You
How do
cannot
they do
beat
it?
that, and it's good. Tastes good.
How much per bar?
How much?
Sorry
What?
for the crinkling. I'm
Munner.
trying to
$1
Munner?
Munner.
How much munner?
Who said mutter? Me or Ant?
You.
Well,
But
I said
also-
it after you said it.
But I also knew when Ant got here that we'd be talking money. We have our financial expert on.
Price
all the
per
li-
unit,
right.
baby.
For all the listeners
Price
out there,
per unit.
Ant is probably the foremost leading expert in house ownership. He's also been a landlord to Dante, our good friend Dustin, good friend Max. He has a back unit that has been rent out to many a bachelor,
Yeah.
many a family, and multiple children were conceived in the back house.
That's pretty insane.
At least one.
At least one that we know of. One that we know of.
Yeah.
So
My
yeah, we
backyard.
will be talking finance later in the pod.
I'm sorry,
Not
but
my
I'm
child. Not my child.
I'm a little taken back on these ingredients. To be honest, I don't know how.
I think it's not.
It's
that's
not
the best.
all
It's not
kosher.
the best. It's not like. Hey,
I mean,
this
we're
is the best
talking
bar.
sucralose, acesulfame, potassium.
Sucralose is an artificial sweetener.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. It's whatever.
Okay. What about soy
Lecithin's a
lecithin?
It's like a thickener brew.
All right.
But
What about allulose?
You just got to be worried about them dyes.
glycerin,
sweetener.
maltitol.
You got to be worried
before
about
we
them dyes.
dive into anything else,
You probably hose down a grip of peach rings on the way over. The
problem with
Swedish
How many
fish.
Skittles you have? I don't think you're allowed to talk about.
The problem with
The
the soy
David bar.
lecithin is it'll.
but to be fair, what is Darbonic?
So
don't
Darbonic
wanna pass
Jerky
over
is our
that.
main and leading sponsor. It's great jerky. Use promo
jerky.
code Terrence for 10% off.
Is that Terrence?
That's Terrence, yeah.
Oh.
We did have a poll going to name Terrence Ant. I don't know if you participated.
I did
but
not.
It's actually promo code FINI, FINI, and that's being serious.
It is promo.
15% off. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Can we call him Terry?
Oh yeah, so I was actually going to get it. I was going to say before we dive in and debrief the try,
Yes.
and then we get into our financial talk with Ant, where we kind of break down
Might be
maybe
a new segment.
world finances.
We'll zoom him in.
Well, we kind of go.
I want to learn about microeconomics.
He'll go
Yeah.
suit and tie at
I
the
wanna go
desk
macro.
with no pants on, just Winnie the
I
Pooh
really
style.
don't know
Zoom
that
in.
much.
We're gonna kind of fly this thing out 18,000 feet, go macro on finances.
Reaganomics.
But the Zen Garden actually reminded me that Sensei Dante hit his 90-day last week. So
Ooh.
90 days sobriety. We can debrief that. I don't know if you're going to do a separate Dante Finiguera podcast, but we can debrief the 90 here on Turn the Pods Gate and maybe.
And on the contrary, 90-day, still no fiance.
So Don's 90 days sober, 90 day no fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's actually 101 Dalmatians today. So,
Whoa!
yeah.
We have our title for
So
the
yesterday was
pod.
100.
101
Oh! And Ant's Cruella DeVille get the gray streak in his hair. Mother, say I'm the biggest, the largest. Ant had a perfect gray.
Ant does look like a little Dalmatian.
I would love
I
one.
just thought of that right now.
A little Dalmatian.
Today's 101.
101. Oh yeah,
amazing.
I'll keep it short and sweet, Zach. It's been fun, man. NABs, some Zen, starting a freaking little business with Aunt here, business partner Aunt. Hate to break it to you guys like this, but yeah.
Hate to break it.
All the listeners, he's starting a business.
God dang, he picked Ant.
I would say it's been fine. Just I would say the dating. I would say going on dates has been weird, and then I don't know where I'm going with this because I feel like you guys already know, but I'll say it anyway. Yeah, the only weird thing is going on dates sober.
Why?
That's the only thing I've had to get used to.
What was your previous routine before you'd go on a date?
We know the routine. If you watch, well, I don't mean to cut you off there.
I mean,
Ant.
I know the routine.
Yeah, you know the routine.
I
Ant
lived with the
witnessed it
guy.
firsthand as the landlord. But the routine was detailed heavily. I want to drive some traffic to some other videos in his original sobriety announcement, correct?
Yes.
The routine was get absolutely smacked before you went on a date. And was that nerves and now the nerves are too real? Or was that...
No, I'm not. No, I'm not nervous at all. I think I'd get absolutely freaking torqued up in the freaking anal.
That's the name of the pod.
Torqued
Torqued up the anal.
And then Ant's here to
anal
talk
hole.
munner.
I
You
missed
combine
the munner
anal
completely.
and
I was reading the
munner.
ingredients.
The munner happened quick.
I'm gonna use anal from now on. It's a great word. Torque.
I think it was just fun. You know, it's just fun going out there. And now it's just kind of like,
Get behind the wheel. Yeah.
it's kind of just like boring, I guess. Like it's fun that I'm like sober and I'm like actually like got my wits about me.
So the women are boring? You just haven't found an
maybe
entertaining
I'm just
woman?
still getting used. It's like I'm almost like you're like still resetting that dopamine, you know, to where like everything feels normal.
Okay.
That's it.
Well,
but now I'm like I feel like I was like on a little bunny slope. Like I first got sober and it was like awesome, and then like you hit this peak and you start coming back down. You're like, this is normal. It's getting boring, and then I think you just kind of like edge out.
Because it
Edge
seems
out.
like going on a date.
edging
seems
is
like going
a
on a
great
date sober
strategy.
would be the equivalent to that skydive rush feeling of
Well,
just
You
all.
would think that it is
all
kind
natural.
of, but I get bored quick, you know.
Well,
And usually the
Don-
freaking alkaline helps me just
Alchem's razor.
stay
Well,
freaking.
I always say
Lock and
Dante Dante is the biggest dating adrenaline junkie there is. Like, that you couldn't just go on a regular date. You had to crank it up and make it an adrenaline rush, which I think worked out.
Bringing them
you were
to family
successful.
functions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having them meet the
First-
whole family first go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
absolute red
Meet Joe
flags
Senior.
across the board, and Daunt would step right into the Thunderdome. But I don't know if that was being able. Do you think you'd be able to still do those style of dates not on the booze?
100%. Joe, I can do.
Yeah.
I can do. Now that I'm not drinking, I want to do anything and everything. Like I really don't care.
How come you shut down my coffee shop idea then? I told Daunt to go to a coffee shop, and he was like,
That was because it was the mother of dragons. She's on another freaking level of.
I think you need
Beast.
to bring every first date to the gun range and based on their trigger discipline, decide if you're going to take them on a second date or not.
Yeah, that's good.
The worse trigger discipline
Gets
the
the
better.
second pass, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I've been heartbroken since I've been sober about 3 or 4 times now, and it's just been severe dabs to the freaking heart. But now it's getting better.
It's like once every
easier.
3 weeks since he's been sober, he's had a traumatic, heartbreaking experience.
you definitely dove into the deep end.
Because
Daunt.
you feel emotion. Now I feel emotion. I don't just like drink it away. I actually feel it and have to like go through it for 2 seconds or a day or two. And I'm like, oh, it's fine.
Okay, great.
But Don
Anyway.
did also mention that it was pretty insane, like clockwork, to where Don got sober and the Lord blessed him with a bunch of beautiful women to where now he feels like he needs a torta.
A harem of women. Now he wants a
He needs
torta.
a torta.
He said it himself.
What?
You said
So
it.
we're looking for a big girl, huh?
Oh no, no. Is a torta a big girl or a Mexican?
It's actually a
Both.
I think it's a combo pack.
some would say it's a sandwich, but
Torta is a sandwich.
yeah.
I think in the community that's what they
Yeah.
refer to.
Yeah, the Lord loves playing me like a little fiddle with all these women's lately, so we'll be praying.
So all in all, 101 Dalmatians success.
Yeah. Yeah. Success. Anywho.
Okay, great.
Thanks for asking, guys.
Welcome.
Of course.
Yep, proud of you.
Ant, how are the waves this morning?
They're really fun. They're great.
Wave check from Ant.
Yes. I came straight here. Cold.
And where-
Well, I stopped at a coffee shop, got a coffee, had a little bit, and I was like, I'm going to be freaked out on the podcast if I drink too much. I pooped in the
hit a
coffee shop, and then I got
then
here.
you hit the Keurig? My man's double dipping out here, dude.
I just had a little taste.
All right.
The
And what do
coffee
we
is
tattle out
horrendous,
this
by the
morning?
way. It's really
Trestles, I'm guessing?
bad. No. Wouldn't you like to know?
He's a little
I'm not
wave
telling
hog,
you.
dude. He's a little wave hog.
He's gonna get on the gram and tell
Doho,
everyone.
Trestles,
No. If you guess it. I'll-
Strandies.
Yes.
Of
We'll
course.
actually did get some. Cole got some love from a listener too. We had a comment where Cole was really hyping up his surf fishing, and
Surf
we
fishing?
gave him some love.
I want to
Big
go.
Nick-
I want to
Yeah,
surf
Big
fish
Nick.
this summer. I want to get
Oh.
out.
Big Nick was
Get some
inspired.
Corbina.
A listener, Cole Big Nick, was inspired.
Shout
Let's
out,
go.
Big Nick.
Yeah, he's
I'm
down,
down.
to. Oh, we got a bird in the sky out here too. They're
Is
coming.
surf fishing, are you fishing while you're on a surfboard or
No,
a kayak?
surf, as in the surf. The surf.
So you're
would
on
be
the
beach.
beach.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
yeah.
got
the
it,
guys
got
that
it,
have
got
a
it.
pole stuck in the ground. You're just
Yes,
waiting to
with
get a
the
bite.
Big, tall poles. You got to have a real big, like 8 to 10 footer that you can cast way out there.
That's fun.
You know, I'm seeing
Yeah.
a lot more people
Good date idea.
fly fishing rather than using the big old poles.
Fly fishing at the beach.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Don
Because
doesn't
you
know how to
can you
fish.
can actually get the line fairly far out there, and then and you just like drag across the bottom or something.
All right.
Because when you're using those big old poles, you just put it out and you shove it in the ground and you just wait. Where if you're fly fishing, it's more active. You're not just sitting there doing nothing. But I've seen people catch good fish fly fishing.
So you don't get a stingray.
Okay.
We talked about stingrays last podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I was wrong, by the way, Cole. I think I was wrong about everything
yeah,
I said.
I knew you were.
What-
Dante
research.
said.
What was the
Dante
claim? I
said,
wanna know.
Dante,
I said the Steve... Here, go ahead.
Don Cole
I
went toe to
said
toe on Steve.
that when a stingray stings you,
Yeah.
the barb removes like a bee's stinger. And
not wrong about
and
that.
it stays in you.
Okay.
You were right about that?
I think I was right about that. but
Okay.
Keep going.
Either way.
Don's like the tail. He's like Don's like the tail's gonna hit you like 100 times.
Dante said that the stingray mass attacks you with like 1,000.
he also
hits.
demoed it. He's like he's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the reels. Check it out.
I was right about that.
Anyways,
Sorry, I think I was wrong about the barb might have broke off. I don't know. I saw a video about it and the barb was in his chest, but they didn't mention it. The
Slow
second,
down!
I told you, there he is, FedEx,
FedEx.
truck.
This is where we're in the Truman Show right now, to where that
And
FedEx truck is.
every week,
Right
FedEx.
when Cole
Ever
starts-
since I brought up Israel,
Starts
every
talking
week,
foreign
FedEx.
affairs, and then that FedEx truck drives by.
You guys
And
need
if
a
we-
camera that's facing outwards, and then whenever
show.
something
We need
happens,
to slow that down. I think he had a
Usually I
Nikon
just
on
take
his
a
way
picture,
by
but
right now.
if
snapping
Maria
it.
shows
That's a good
up for
idea.
lunch, show
There's
it.
a bunch of federal
FedEx
agents in the back of that thing.
I believe that would be
full-
called B camera.
I
Full
also, too,
comm
that,
station.
that just reminded me that Ash and I started Severance last night, and I'm 2 episodes in. Season 1, so I'm behind. Sorry to all of our listeners. You can let me know in the comment section, how behind I am. I know you're going to roast me.
And he's out.
But I told Ash we're 2 episodes in, I was like, well, I'm screwed for the rest of the night.
Why?
Severance dreams the whole night. I'd wake up like this, thinking I was
gosh.
integrated back into the world. I knew it was going to hit me hard.
Wow.
But amazing show. I heard a bunch of people said, like, oh, yeah, the first episode's slow. Just stick with it.
Yeah.
The first episode had me rocked.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
you don't
the
watch so
world-
much TV.
I don't watch a ton. So the first episode, building the whole world out,
You're just sensitive.
I'm very sensitive. We talked about
Very
we
sensitive.
talked about me with Iron Giant. Episode 2.
Oh, yep.
Episode
Yeah,
2.
Severance could put
Spider-Man
you-
1, Green Goblin. I was out for a week.
Johnson family is very excited for the release of the Lilo and Stitch live action remake.
Wow, are you gonna go?
Yes, Jameson never been to a movie theater, but talks about it all the time. There's a Trash Truck episode where Trash Truck and Hank go to the movies, and he really wants to go to the movie theater. And we've been looking honestly for months, and there's nothing good. There has been nothing good for children
dude,
coming
Stitch,
out. But
that's
the
the thing,
Lilo and
too.
Stitch, it looks really good.
Stitch number 1 messed me up too when it goes dark and you see the killer alien in him. Like,
Yeah.
towards the end, it gets gnarly when
You know what gets
when
you-
Stitch turns. I was not a fan when I was a child. Now that live action
Looks
that would-
good. And the
it's gonna
animation
put
looks
Milo on
really
his
good.
back.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
not
know if
ready
it's
for it.
Milo's not
CGI
gonna be
or
ready.
not, but the little Stitch almost looks like a throwback, like Muppet, like animatronic.
Yeah.
It's that. I
The
think the
tra-
CGI might be that.
The
good.
trailer hooked Milo
Yeah.
because the trailer, it reminded me of like the old Finding Nemo trailer. I don't know if you remember it. It was just ocean. It was like blue ocean on the screen. I remember seeing it in the theaters to this day. It's insane. And then like Dory swims in, just like one fish, and she's like this swimming, just looking for stuff. Just, like,
Oh,
looking
bubble.
around,
Oh,
and then
talking.
just swims out of the screen, and then it's just like Finding Nemo. I was like, that looked insane. This one was Stitch coming up and just dead silent, licking the screen, like. And Milo was like, loving it.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Dory, haven't heard a lot from
Stitch rant.
Ellen lately.
Who?
Ellen
Yeah.
seems to have gone off the grid. I wonder if she's hiding anything.
Probably. She's a CIA asset, so
She is a CIA asset. Okay.
I'd say so.
All right.
do you
Look
think,
into
Ant?
that one.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Ant, I want to ask you about the surf culture in South OC.
I knew
Has
we were
it
gonna talk about
changed?
this.
Has it gotten better? Is it more inclusive, exclusive? A lot of shooby newbies out there. A lot of OG old heads gatekeeping some of the beaches. How do you feel out there? You're almost at OG Unk status in the waves, I'd say, at this point.
To be honest, I haven't really been surfing a lot. I've been really busy with my previous job, and during the winter, like,
We're gonna unpack that later
yeah, we can impact
in
that.
the financial section.
But
We're gonna
I
unpack
don't know. I remember Luke was telling us about a little tiff he got into
Oh,
at
yeah?
Strands that really bummed me out, and because I surfed there a lot, and it was a bummer to hear that people were being lame there. But for the most part, it's the same. More
Okay.
crowded, more kids in the water. A lot of kids. If you go to San Clemente, there's kids in the water
Surfing
like,
or just
surfing.
Okay, love to see it.
But they're in the water during like school hours because so many. It doesn't matter how good you are. A lot of those kids are homeschooled or do like partial homeschool and they just surf.
I think the
a lot.
homeschooling is on the rise, Cole.
Sounds like it's on
yeah.
the rise.
So you got a lot of
But
crowded lineups. With some
It is
strong
more
dude.
crowded since COVID though. There's a lot of people in the water. But
Okay.
yeah, but I don't want to say too much. These listeners
The locals
might
listen to
blow
that.
up
Other-
the lineup.
in
It's been really nice lately at Strands. There's been a lot of people in the water.
From,
it's been really
I
I
nice.
want to blow it up, but it's very good.
from Oceanside up to say Newport, are there any true secret spots or less traveled kind of OG spots, or is everything blown now? And what was the last true secret spot? We'll get into some surf talk.
Oceanside.
Or if we don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know of like there's no like secret spots.
Sure.
Unless I've always thought that maybe some people have access to some of the spots.
Pendleton spots?
Yeah,
Burundi.
something like that. But like, yeah, there may be some spots in
pretty
Laguna
secret.
Beach because they're
Dino's
hard to get to
Boneyards.
and stuff like that. But I'd say for the most part, it's like a lot of spots that don't have like a Surfline camera on them, and they might be really accessible, but not as many people go there, and they kind of campaign to not have a camera there. And yeah, those are the spots that I see a little held down a little bit more. Not that they're going to kick people out of the water for no reason, but if you're going to go out and be dangerous, they'll try to kick you out or tell you to go down the beach or something like that. But yeah, it's Orange County, Southern California. Everything's blown up.
Okay.
It's popping.
Everything's been.
There's a couple random spots up in LA. There's like the
Yeah,
private beaches. There's like a weird Palos Verdes wave that's still these old dogs kind of run it. And then Point Doom is like a private wave, I think, still north of Malibu.
But I thought every strip of beach in California, like there's a signed act where it's public beach. There's a big
that's
controversy
true.
about that
That's
because some
true.
lady in Malibu was like
think about
in front of her Malibu house picking up people's towels and like yelling at them and stuff. And then she, I think, got
Well, the
reprimanded.
beaches are.
think about Three Arch. It's like we never grew up going to Three Arch Bay because you have to get into the community to go there. It's like you could paddle in there, or
Yeah.
like paddle around a cove, but there's places like Three Arch Bay where it's like
technically you
unless
can be there, but you got to get there.
unless someone got you in there, you're not going there. And that
The
happens.
sand is public, what the way it's been explained to me.
Don, you spacing out over there?
No, I'm just getting so
We started
angry.
talking sand and beach. Started having Bud's flashbacks.
No, I'm just getting. I wanted to say something about if you go to Three Arch, I don't like you, but my boy Austin goes there all the time. So
He was about to go bad on Austin. I think me
Three
and
Arch
Dot,
is
I think
absolutely
me and Dot
beautiful.
were anti Three Archers because we never got the invite. So then we were just from the other side of the tracks.
I had
It's
a
like Crescent, Table Rock, Victoria. It's like, dude, go to 10th or shut the fuck.
Get down to Aliso, hang in the creek, hang in the creek with the.
I
with
had
the
access
IE.
to Three Arch for
With the
a
tortas.
while, and lost it in the divorce. But
What did he lose?
the access to Three
I
Arch.
forgot Ant got married at Three Arch, my brew.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
Maybe
not
that's
on the
why I have a
beach.
dislike.
Not
Not on the beach. Not on the beach.
Grass.
But yeah, it's beautiful down there. It's really nice. I grew up going to Emerald Bay, which is like same kind of thing, just farther north. And
Yeah, it would be an Emerald Bear. But here's
Yeah.
the thing, though, too, is if you really want to unpack this with our financial expert, is that me, Ant, and Dot grew up on the sand at Calafia, dude.
Yes.
In San Clemente.
Yes.
That's where the true Loke dogs went. Rash guards on, peanut butter jelly sandwich,
Yep.
Billy Hinzo down on the beach with us.
Getting close to the
Yeah.
train when it goes by.
Putting quarters
Putting
on
quarters
the train.
down,
And
holding
I
the
don't know
rock.
why till this day
Snack
that
bar.
our mom drove us all the way to Calafia.
It's a far drive. Yeah, my mom drove Tanner and I to Newport every
It's
summer.
the
to go to the
deepest,
beach.
almost the deepest beach in San Clemente, and my mom would
Yeah.
truck us down
The
there.
train right there too.
it's because of
Hanging
the
out.
Train's
parking
scary.
lot and the
Parking is
access.
sweet.
It's easy to get down there. You can bring all sorts of stuff down, but like very easily could have just been like an Aliso family, but we weren't because that has a perfect parking lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Calafia was great.
And
I loved it
segue,
there.
that young love of the water led you into your triathlon success in Lake Mission Viejo. So let's unpack that a bit.
Thank you.
Segues.
Thank you, Cole, for wanting to circle back on that. And because, yeah, it wasn't a marathon. Correct.
Try.
We hit the try banger. It was a success. It went great. 33rd out of 225. So happy with the performance. Very happy with my performance. Yeah, it was hard. There was moments where it was harder than I thought. Could not get the calves to stop cramping coming out of the swim. I think I kicked too hard.
That probably plagues most tries.
Yeah.
Competitors.
I'm
that was hard.
Punching. I've seen.
Triathletes.
It's like I've seen I was happy with the training and everything, but there's something about race pace where every time I'm peeking at my watch, the heart rate was 180 the entire race.
Oh wow.
So it's like I was just trying to get the heart rate down, but also trying to push the pace. That weird balance. Double calf cramps.
Do you think you
quad
would have been?
cramps, punching them, trying to get them out?
Would you have been better off without a watch, or is that unheard of to not do a watch and just freaking raw dog it?
There's actually I was listening to a story of a pro dude who was doing a full Ironman, and his Garmin just the morning of his Garmin just went out. So that's like full marathon, 112-mile bike. You're just going in blind, just
Primal.
on pure feel.
Gnarly.
Yeah, primal. And there were times in the canyon. It was a gorgeous day, poured rain in the morning. So the swim started out in the rain, doing the Pledge of Allegiance on the sand. Daunt's having war flashbacks.
You guys hit the pledge before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daunt's on the beach having flashbacks.
What's so crazy is that all the kids, I look down at Milo and AJ, all those little suckers had their hand over their heart. I forgot to do it. I'm like, oh, you need to do this for the song.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Because they're
Yeah.
like drilled on it. Like in school, you do the pledge every morning. It's like when you get older, you kind of forget. I'm taking off the swim cap because I'm getting emotional.
Yeah.
Because you got to remove the cap. So,
Did they have a live singer sing the
did-
national anthem?
They did
Song.
not. But
Just song.
Andy Grammer will be performing there in the summer.
Who's Andy Grammer? Oh, Playing
Let
My
me-
Tees.
Oh, let me get a clip. Let me get a clip.
Play My Tees was last summer.
Oh.
They played
I
the
got a
Pledge
pic
of
of 'em.
Allegiance to when we did our little golf tournament the
Yeah.
other day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Yeah.
of the
Full
United,
on.
like elementary school.
Yes. And then they did
Oh, so they just hit the national anthem.
Hit the national anthem.
Oh,
but
I thought
Ed
you were talking
just
about
said
the Pledge
they
of
hit the
Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance.
They did it, yeah, like elementary school, and then they did some Marine chant thing that was interesting,
If
and then
I
we
saw
just drank.
If I saw Ann Boscame and Amin
It was
lined, there's
insane.
another delivery, lined up on the links with an ice cold Modelo, hitting the Pledge of Allegiance.
It was
To
it
the
was
flag.
insane. I hadn't been on a course in like 10 years. But back to your thing, how
So rain's falling, national anthem's on, getting emotional. And I didn't think I was going to get emotional during the race. But then, halfway through, I'm getting emotional, thinking about the children, watching their daddy. And yeah,
Setting a good example.
setting a good example. And it was just a beautiful day. Like, so it rained the whole morning, cold swim, hard swim, got elbowed in the face, goggles came off,
Ooh,
which is what I heard. I'm like, yeah, the swim gets crowded.
I'm thinking
trained
it
for
was a
that.
little Tanya Harding intentional situation there because
Yeah.
they saw when they got up in person and saw the
And they
brute
s-
strength of you.
When they saw the pure confidence and the aura in person, they knew they had to take me out. And I got an elbow 5 minutes into the swim.
wow.
Elbow to the eye, goggles off. Popped him back on. Then I think I squeegeed it on too tight because when I came out of the swim, I looked like a damn raccoon. My eyes were all funky.
Hell yeah.
And then when I got
Embarrassing.
into the first transition, my glasses are all fogged up from sitting in the rain. So I go to put on my glasses like this, can't see anything, throw the glasses. So it's just like everything you have trained for, like you realize, oh, stuff just goes wrong. I go to stand up to put on my cycling shoes, cannot bend my toe forward to put into the shoe because my calf's cramping. So I just quick sit on my butt, straighten my legs, and just put on my shoes. And then same thing happened in transition 2. Calves were cramping going into the run, but just it kept going. I think at any point you have those cramps where it's like they just take over and you're like, dang it, I can't move. These ones were like constantly ready to take over, and then they just would disintegrate. And then the run straight, like when my calves were cramping the worst, that first mile I ran like a 7-minute mile out of pure desperation for the cramps to leave.
Oh wow.
And that started the run, like, and then ended up running a 7:44.
Wow. How many miles was it?
6.
6 miles.
But I
What was
pushed the bike pretty heavy. 25-mile bike, 1 mile.
25 bike?
25 bike. It's
What
like
was
the Olympic
the-
try, so it's what they do
Dang.
in the...
Yeah, I definitely could never do that. I was thinking maybe, if we really locked in for a season and trained, but
You start at Santiago Canyon, you go out to Irvine Lake and circle back.
I honestly thought it was like 1 mile swim, 3 mile run, 6 mile bike.
Negative. There's a sprint. That's
Do they do a
smaller than
half
the Olympic.
triathlon like they do a half marathon?
Yeah, sprint.
It's called a sprint.
Yeah, a sprint triathlon. It's
I
like
could
a
that
a
might be
mile,
approachable.
and then it's like a 10-mile bike and a 3-mile and a 5.
Okay.
Joe,
Okay.
did you do any open ocean or open lake swims in preparation, or only
Yes.
pool?
Yeah. I did a lot of open waters.
Where?
Leading up to it, Lake Mission Viejo and the beach.
Just inside the swimming area, back and forth.
Yeah, but then it's like nothing. It's
Nothing
just-
compares to that
it's
rush.
Nothing
crazy,
preps you for
yeah.
the dang 50 people. There's a lady,
The beehive.
amazing woman, just backstroking next to me,
That was her technique. The
and I'm like, this
backstroke.
like,
A mermaid, Joseph,
I'm
seeing a
like, "Oh."
mirage.
Yeah, I'm having mirages. There's
She's offering him a goblet of wine and grapes.
I was about to say
a
Chris.
siren, dude. It was a siren, and then there was another local bloke in a
UPS truck.
This is a
The block's hot
heavy
right now.
influx this afternoon. There's no way there's this many parcels coming to this block in this hour time frame.
They knew the pod was
Doesn't
kicking
it doesn't
off.
line up?
Doesn't track.
They knew it was kicking
They
off.
all know. They want to come watch it.
I'm surprised we don't have a live audience yet. People popping in. But yeah, the try went great. Legs are still a little bit cramped, not fully recovered.
Your gear
but-
performed, bike performed.
Yeah, there was a lot of flats, tons of flats. Shout out Matt Morissette, local charger, Had a
And
fl-
Steve Morissette.
and Steve.
Yes.
Hey, are one
Steve and
are
Matt.
one of them real estate agents?
They're
Matt is,
moguls.
Okay, I saw a
well,
sign.
their dad, Tim Morissette, a local legend. Tim Morissette Real Estate.
So when I'm biking the canyon, I'm looking at all the Morissettes on the canyon because they do a lot of the real estate in the canyon, and I see Jeff's face.
That's where I
The
saw a
older
sign.
brother-
I saw a sign in the canyon.
Yeah,
And
Jeff
then-
Morissette, the older one. Oldest? No. Well, yeah, he's an older one, but he's got a hand in the
Got
franchise
a hand
as
in
well.
the franchise, but Matt, the youngest brother, I think he got 23rd, so he finished like 10 places ahead of me, but he would have smoked me, but he got a flat.
If you're
out
a
of the
real
canyon.
estate mogul and
He's
you're
in really good-
finishing
in really good shape.
top 25 in a triathlon, I picture you living like Batman. Like he's got a penthouse and a robe, and he just pulls the blinds and looks at his domain.
It is that type. It's that type of world for sure. Yeah, the gear. You could become a gearhead really easily in the sport. I went Facebook Marketplace on everything. Found a $30 suit that was highly controversial, hot pink.
Yeah.
Don't
it
stop
got me going for
don't
sure.
Stop believing decal on the back, and then I rode my father-in-law's 2002 Trek road bike.
Oh.
Brian Crumpler's. Yeah,
Cole, you mentioned something about Joe's jumpsuit on our group chat, didn't you? Was
it
that
was
you?
a little revealing on the.
I think you was that you?
Crotch.
I went
Did it go
I
with
went
you and
Justin
Timberlake?
I went
It was in the
Timberlake.
crotchal.
If we get a
region.
timestamp,
Let's timestamp and put in the image of Justin Timberlake in the
high
harness
wire.
at one of his recent shows.
What does he do?
He went up in a harness.
Don,
For
Jeff Dot perked up.
he
Wait,
seems-
Timberlake in a harness?
He seems to have incorporated some
It's a very
pink,
funny
some
photo,
pink
Doc.
style acrobatics in his live performance, where he goes up and soars over the crowd. And he had a harness on. It looks like he's wearing dang Ruru Remens.
He's got Ruby Remens on
And-
night one.
And night one of the tour, his little freaking cocktail doggy is perking out, and
smoky
he
sausage.
just got lit up online. Poor guy, just trying to give the people a performance.
Harness is coming.
But
like-
the harness really hiked
yeah.
up, and you saw a perfect outline, and maybe it was nerves. I don't know, but it was
hydration.
Yeah, we're gonna need a side by
hydration.
side.
And then the next night, he's got a full like smock over it, like
He's wearing
it's so
like a
obvious.
way longer
Really?
shirt
Yeah.
to
Bummer.
cover
So
the
let's
harness
timestamp in
PP.
the image and let the viewers
Okay.
decide.
But then my tri suit kind of mimicked it a bit, where there was some stitching there that was a little bit revealing. But
in my opinion, that's some double standard, anti-man, matriarchy BS. Let the man live.
Well, have you seen my damn swim video with the Speedo when I get freaking thrown out of the pool?
Yeah. We're not going to timestamp that
I don't know
one.
if we were allowed
We need
to
some
do
more
there.
views on
Yeah.
it. Go check it out.
Well, we were shivering for 3.5 hours filming this damn video, and that was one of the final scenes. So, like,
Dante
I don't
trying
know
to
if I
riz.
had a Wang Chung at that point. I guess it showed for 2 seconds, and then a comment on the video was like, "Shrinkage, huh?"
dude, Don's swim video,
Bro, shrink.
Cole tried to sift through the comments, and there's too many, like to even sift through.
It's
now.
beyond viral.
The virality. Most people just absolutely torching Dot for being a seal,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I mean,
so good.
You would think they would show a little respect, but
Or everyone, I think
our
most of them,
servicemen.
everyone thinks that I was actually like making like complaining and like making fun of her strokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can you not tell I'm joking? But that's
Majority
you're
of the
realizing that
comments
is
are like,
the internet.
if you're a collegiate swimmer like she was, you don't understand how hard that is, man. How dare you?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, he's just goofing.
People were revved all the way up on it.
But it's fun. I got to experience it. So
All right. All right, now we're going to go ahead, Don. After you.
I was hoping anyone knew about the thing. Does anyone think that girl Virginia, the Epstein girl, killed herself?
We're over 2 on Shannon Sharp. And then India, Pakistan, we had no comment. And then I will most likely have no comment on Virginia.
I don't know. I don't know a ton about the situation, Don. I think more than likely maybe it was a tragic suicide. I'm sure she was deeply scarred and had not a great life.
You know, her tweets said, "I'm not suicidal."
Yes, but
Can you give us some context, Dot, for the listeners?
This is one of the last final eyewitnesses of people that were assaulted by the Epstein and
She
something.
was
Ghislaine-
She was the one who
she was photographed with Prince Andrew and
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
who took down Prince Andrew, and then she was one of the main witnesses that put Ghislaine Maxwell in jail. I
And-
believe, saying that she groomed her and brought her in.
Financial expert ends up weighing in.
Well-
FedEx truck.
Well,
Right when he says Maxwell.
it's an interesting case because we still don't know a lot. We still have no list. There seems to have been hundreds, if not thousands, of victims, but yet the media has only decided to platform 2 or 3 of them. And I believe Ghislaine and Epstein and all these cases, they were only convicted on individual cases from like a few of these girls or something. And interestingly enough, she was discovered as a young woman as some sort of cabana girl or employee at Mar-a-Lago, which is interesting. I don't want to say that implicates our president, but there is a tie there. Famously Mar-a-Lago, his estate in South Florida. And Ghislaine, I believe, discovered her, said, would you like to work for me or whatever? She ends up on Little St. James, the famous Epstein Island, and is photographed, very incriminatingly so, with Prince Andrew, who the royal family has since distanced themselves from. They've stripped his princehood or whatever. And the tweet you're referring to, Dante, where she says, just for the record, I'm not suicidal, and all those things that people often do when they feel they are being monitored by the government or being followed. That tweet was actually from about 6 or 7 years ago. So
Before it all came out.
No. I think she was still public with it at that time, but this is when it had just broke. And
That makes
Maybe
sense.
they wait
That
6
makes
years
sense.
to kill her because if you can't just put a tweet out
yes,
like
but
that.
also I think your mental state could severely deteriorate in 6 months, let alone 6 years. So, secondly, she was hit by a bus. I don't know if you know that. So, she was hit by a bus like a year ago.
Are
And
there images? Yeah, it's like a fact. She got hit by a bus, right?
Yeah, she was hit by a bus, I think in Australia where she's from, and it severely injured her and left her really incapacitated. She was recovering from the bus injury, and I believe she had some sort of debilitating disorder or disease as well.
Poor thing.
Tragic life. And then it comes out that she committed suicide. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. Maybe Hillary Clinton was driving the damn bus. Who knows? FedEx truck.
I think the photo of her and Jeffrey Epstein, not her and Prince Andrew, was actually at Jeffrey Epstein's apartment in New York.
His apartment in his
fact check you
apartment
there.
in New York, which at the time was the most expensive single piece of residential real estate in New York City. Yet he didn't buy it and he didn't own it. It was actually gifted to him by
The Victoria's Secret guy?
Yes, Wexler, the
Yeah.
owner of Victoria's Secret. And when you open the foyer to the apartment, what's the large painting right on the staircase?
Bill
We've
Clinton.
got Bill Clinton in a blue dress sitting at the Oval Office with his legs crossed in high heels. Very interesting piece of artwork, I'd say.
Extremely.
All right, next topic.
On to finance.
Covered that
The
one.
macro and micro economics with Ant Goodnow.
Thank you, Cole.
Ant comes on and gets us completely demonetized.
I think we've made $4 so far.
Thank you,
with the
listeners.
Raise the Price
Alright.
Gay.
Thank you, listeners. We should have a boom button now that we can just hit.
We should pick an item. We should pick an item, some sort of fun item
If we
that
reach-
we're going to buy with our financial gains and incorporate it into the set or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we find like a
$4.
Our finance guy sitting here like
me needing to pay back all my equipment.
the only money we make off the pod, pour it straight
no
back.
like
in.
a ceramic
gosh.
like a ceramic amphibian statue
Goose.
or something like that.
A goose.
We
With
honestly
these tariffs, nothing's gonna be $4.
nothing's gonna be for it. But
All
I
right.
will say though, Cole found these gorgeous pieces of vintage furniture at the local Goodwill for $14 a pop.
$99. Yeah, $14.99.
And now they grace the set here.
Yeah, they're great.
They
Very
are
nice.
really nice. Yeah.
Turn the pods gay. I could be allergic to one of them because every time I sit in it, I just can't stop coughing. And I also got really bad athlete's
I
foot
think
from
the
a pair of
previous-
shoes I bought at Goodwill in high school. Bought a pair
Okay.
of these old like grandma shoes, and I would wear them around.
Oh yeah, you were in that phase where you'd wear old
I
women
would wear
shoes
like old women's shoes
with no
Maybe
socks
you just
on.
developed athlete's foot. and
Well,
haven't
yeah,
been
It
wearing
was
those
from
shoes.
the shoe.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure, 'cause you
I
wouldn't wear
never-
socks.
Yeah, I never had it before, and then
We
yeah, I
gotta
could've
look
just-
up how long the freaking virality of athlete's foot lies dormant.
Virality.
No, this lady had trench foot from Nam. She was probably a medic in Nam, and I contracted it from the shoe because I would wear no shoes with my Vans, no shoes with my Converse, and I get these one pair
No
of
shoes?
haunted,
No socks.
no socks. Sorry, with my Vans, no socks with the Convos.
Damn, I can't
and
believe
this
you do that.
one pair of haunted shoes gave me trench foot.
Yeah, I mean it all
And I didn't
makes
get
sense.
one. Yeah, no thank
Have
you
you
for
guys
your
had-
service. No nothing.
I think I remember hearing somebody get lice from a
I got it from a
cap. They got it.
Yeah, Joe got
Second-
lice.
I got lice in Sri Lanka, and then I got lice again when I returned back to the motherland because I switched beanies with a little chancho at a local. We went to a local motel ministry, and I was serving the Lord out there, and
Lice.
he took my Laker beanie, and I was like, and I took his Spider-Man beanie, swapped it, and I didn't think twice. Was itching the next day, covered in lice from little chancho.
I don't feel good about this,
God
but
bless
you
him.
getting lice
Yeah.
brought me so much joy. Like I
Poison
told
oak.
my mom, and my
And
mom
poison oak.
wanted to cry. I thought watching Joe in Sri Lanka at like our hotel and just having the fine tooth comb with the two other girls that we were with, and Joe just sitting down with them combing out their hair, trying to get the lice out
every
with
other
this
guy-
disgusting
every
But
shit.
you're like a little flick of a lice away from getting it yourself.
Well,
you never
Every
got
other
it.
guy
we
shaved
would
their
check.
head. No, you guys all cut your
no,
buzzed
I
your
didn't.
head.
We would
Landon
all
buzzed his head.
like little monkeys, like check really good to see if we had it, and no one had it. None of the males had it except
Don
for
just
Joe.
glitched over
and
there again.
I loved it.
It's because we took the last bite of his David. Now he's malnourished.
Is lice little bugs, or is it
Yes.
just like dandruff?
They are bugs.
Wait,
they are legit bugs, and you go like this. People pick through your hair.
Wait.
Oh,
Is
so
it-
it's not just a bunch of white. It's
Is it little bugs or is it just like what?
dandruff.
Dan Drift.
It's incubus.
Dan Tokyo Drift.
It's incubus out here.
Have you guys had jock itch before?
yes, I have.
You are literally talking to the father of jockey. You were the founder.
No, I don't.
This
Me?
big loser. Oh, I know you have a bunch of issues with
You have, Ant?
from your
Yeah.
down. Or that was more your. Was that more the backside?
Well, I think I've had jock itch.
Pretty
Yeah.
invigorating. It's insane. The
Yeah,
amount of
the-
the itch it takes to get rid of it.
Yeah, it feels
and then
good.
it comes back within 2 seconds later.
It feels good.
It never goes away.
It's kind of like if you've ever experienced hemorrhoids.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Hemorrhoid
Well,
lifestyle.
Jackson is the podfather of hemorrhoids.
Maybe he's the hem father.
He's the hem father.
I used to
He's
have
Hemingway.
Hemingway. Yeah, I think for years of my life.
Did you have to
bleeding
use-
every day?
Did you ever use a what do they call it? Depository or whatever?
An anal suppository.
Suppository.
A preparation H anal
No,
suppository.
I just got screwed from like 8 years old to 16.
Yeah, I have experienced hemorrhoids
Should have
before.
done the suppository.
It's very common. I want to normalize it for men.
What is it? A powder?
Hemorrhoids?
No, suppository.
No, a suppository.
Yeah, can
you
you
get them over
explain
the
that?
counter. It's like a little, looks like a Mike and Ike, but it's white. And it melts in your anus, and you have to
put it
you have
in
to
your
put it in
butt?
your anus.
Compare it to a
Yeah,
You have to put it in the butthole.
Yeah, it's
You-
only about. It's like the size of a dang hot tamale. And
So do
you,
another candy.
you've got.
How many more candies you got, dude?
And then what happens to it when it's in there?
Well, it melts. It melts and just puts the
Melts from the heat or
from the heat. The anus is very warm.
98.6 degrees. Damn.
98.6. And what's very interesting is the body accepts it. The body is waiting. And when you just get the little tip of that thing, and like an ATM machine, the body just sucks it
But-
right in.
No way.
You do not have to force it in
No.
there.
Do you?
It's like a gravitational tractor beam once you even get it.
Oh,
I've seen one being installed once by yours truly,
installed.
and
Like it's going into a robot.
it was
Wait, was it
inserted.
into him or Jack?
And
I think I did a display one time. Again, I wanted to normalize
did
it.
He was trying to normalize it
For medical purposes.
We had
went
all-
live stream. We put it on the Twitch, and they were
We
watching.
had all just gotten off the plane. We had just gotten to Montana for your bachelor party, and it
Long
was a
ride on the
big
plane can
concern.
aggravate them.
Yeah, big concern that Cole developed a hemorrhoid the day before, or a couple days before the bachelor party, and before we were all cracking open our first beers, and Cole, like he wanted to normalize it for males.
Yeah, what am I going to go hide away for a moment? I'm just
No,
gonna
you
tell
definitely
guys.
didn't hide away.
This is what I'm going through. We are in we are in fellowship here.
Yes,
We're in this together.
and you all made us watch you do it.
Men
and
are hurting.
Cole stood up
Correct.
on top of the kitchen counter and leaned over. And at first it was accepted.
All right, I'm trying to sell this like it's all right.
But what I'm saying is just for the viewers out there to make sure
It's for the
if
listeners.
you're gonna
dude. It's for the men.
if you're gonna put it in, I've never done it. Just by watching you firsthand, you cannot tell any funny jokes right after because
'Cause it'll go-
it's gonna come out.
It flew out.
Yes, it.
Did Joey see this?
This was a sketch. We were writing
I
a
closed
sketch.
My eyes. It was. I could not watch.
It was a
that.
character
Joe,
piece.
my eyes were locked
The
in.
smell alone. Yeah. I
No, Joe, come on.
Cole, don't get me started on your wiping, dude.
I think I've asked you when I first started to meet you back in the day. I think one thing that made me really be careful about you is I think one time
We're gonna have to edit this.
you pooped and you came out of the bathroom so quick. And I'm like, did you wipe? You're like, no.
No, I was probably
said
trying to be
no.
funny.
No,
Of course,
I'm pretty
I've
sure
never-
you said no. The
Dante.
amount of time it took for pooping to get out, I don't think it's possible to wipe.
Dante,
Gina and Rand in Montana watching at home.
that is pure fake
Shout out
news.
Gina and Rand.
Dante, come on. I was probably trying to make it goof because I know you're quite OCD about your bowel movement. So I was probably trying to wig you out, dude. Of course I wiped. You can't not wipe. You'll get a severe rash. It hurts a lot if you don't wipe or if you wipe improperly.
Have you ever
He's trying to
wiped?
dig himself out of a hole?
Have you
now?
ever
How do
wiped
you know?
once?
A one wiper?
Yes.
Sometimes, once again, this is all to normalize this medical science for young men.
This is to bring awareness.
I mean, I don't think I've ever wiped. I don't think myself or any of you guys have ever wiped once. Maybe in buds when they were freaking got the laser beams on you for time or how long you could wipe before you had to get back in the surf, maybe. But
Hell Week, day 5.
Hell Week Day 5, maybe there was no wiping. It was part of the training. But you have to wipe twice. The initial wipe, and then if you feel like that was adequate, you have to wipe one more time to make sure that it indeed was adequate.
Yeah, you need a secondary
Yeah.
to make sure.
2 is 1. 1 is
You never
none.
check the oil on your vehicle once. You pull it out, wipe the dip
Wipe
dip
it.
stick. Back
You
in.
heard what we
Wipe
heard.
That's
dip
true.
shit.
It's a lot like checking your oil for
Yeah.
sure.
You got to make sure.
believe you, Cole.
All right.
All right.
We're not trying to
That's
tarnish
good.
your name either.
Sorry.
We're not trying to tarnish your name.
I mean,
That's good.
I know, and I could just unravel
You're looking at the baboon.
on the poop father
about
over
the
here
science.
and his tactics and techniques.
The
He would never have a
pea-father.
date again if I got into it.
The pea
But I'm
father.
here, vulnerable.
You can-
Married.
I don't care, dude. It's all right. I'm fine.
Cole, you are here shedding your skin. And
shedding my
and you're
skin.
holding space for a lot of men out there that I think need to hear this. So
I'm not taking space. I'm holding space.
You're holding it, and we thank you for your service. Honestly,
No, my biggest thing that you could probably get me on is I'm completely fine. I think most people know about my peeing stomach drip down.
Okay, well that's what I was going to touch on.
sounds like I think most people know. Oh, you mean
I don't think.
random people who watch the pod.
Most listeners.
I think you're gonna need
Most
to
listeners,
detail
like
that.
10 guys.
Yeah,
we
now that
know.
you brought it up, Don, why don't you detail that?
Um,
What's the technique there?
okay, I'll be quick, and then we can get into economics.
The segue from Don peeing on his stomach.
No. I hated pooping so bad, and I hated pooping.
Don just had a little goblin laugh too.
I hated pooping so bad. Hate poop. I think it's time consuming. I think it's terrible to do. Anyway, I didn't.
It's terrible to do.
Famously, as a child, would hold in excrement for weeks on end.
Yeah. I can't have you laughing.
I'm good. Go ahead. I want
So
you
I
to finish
didn't
this.
want my freaking penile to touch the poop if the poop was coming out.
Which will and has never happened to anyone on Earth. Never heard Dante hit that tone.
Me
of a
neither.
laugh.
It's because he's on 101 Dalmatians and he's
The
spiking.
life's coming back in.
He's feeling every bit of emotion. There's no alcohol to suppress him talking about his penile.
Oh, I didn't realize I would laugh while explaining it.
But go ahead and finish. For the love of God, finish.
Nicole, freaking explain it.
Your theory,
There's
or
no
your
logic.
hypothesis was that not even the poop, not even the excrement to touch your testicles or your penis, but what you have medically dubbed poop particles, the microscopic organisms of poop floating near your private parts. You did not like the sound of that. So instead, you would keep your twig and berries outside of the bowl and urinate onto your stomach,
And then it would
and then let the
Niagara Falls
and then let-
waterfall and split and pour into the
and
bowl.
then let the urine cascade into the bowl.
And that was cleaner than the particles.
Yeah, that was cleaner
That
than the
was-
possible.
The best option. There was a problem, and that was your solution.
So maybe me using some preparation H doesn't sound so bad now.
Dude, the pee would go so high.
And then Don had to go to the military for the first time and poop in front of other dudes. And he had to change his whole game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It took you.
A little bit of peer pressure.
23
crumbled.
years.
Yeah, it took boot camp to get you out of that.
Oh, I couldn't poop in front of people. No way. Clothes had to be off, and then you're in boot camp, and like 50 people are looking at you like wipe, and I'm like, oh god.
Why, they're waiting their turn?
Yeah, it's like quick. You have to go fast. Like the worst experience ever. But it made me stop my weird ways.
All right.
So that's good.
Do you have a alternative technique, or do you just poop like a normal human being now?
Completely normal human being now.
Wonderful.
All right.
Now on to
And
economics.
what's your take on the tariffs?
If we segued straight into economics.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Yeah.
What's my take on the tariffs?
Did the tariffs get you let
gosh.
go of
Net
your
positive, net
No,
negative.
the tariffs didn't. The overall bad economy aided me in losing my job, but
That's also,
a lot
let
of
me
other
just
stuff.
say, that's also why Ant is our surprise guest
Yeah.
today.
He's
Because
unemployed.
no one else can join on a Wednesday at 11. So
But,
Ant's now joined.
But it was
joined
crazy.
us.
I got so Trump's Liberation Day, I think that's what he called it, was a Wednesday. Liberation Day is
Don't
when
put it
he
in quotes.
it's when he announced all the tariffs, and it was like after markets closed, he announced everything. Like, we're gonna do this amount for these countries and all this stuff. The next day, Thursday, we had the worst day. The stock market had the worst day since COVID, and then Friday I got let go. So it was
They
like
panicked that quick?
no, it wasn't because of that. I'm just saying I got thrown into unemployment in
When
like a
everyone
really
else did.
not with that wasn't why I got let go. But I got let go for just lack of the company
Lack of
I
business?
had didn't have enough work for me.
Slur at the water.
There's
cooler.
there's several other
he left that part out.
there's a lot of other stuff, politics that were involved, but yeah, I got let go.
Well, hey, bro. Welcome.
I'm
to
stoked.
Welcome to the unemployed club.
It's great.
All out here. Cole has work tonight. You think this? Cool.
Do you think Bruce would welcome you back with open arms?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So Ant actually, fun fact, used to be the Christmas light guru here in Orange County, working for Shine Illumination, taking it from $300,000 in sales to $2 million in a year.
That's not true at all.
Famously was on Shark Tank, but I've never seen the clip.
Has
any?
seen this on Shark Tank?
I've never seen the
Joe
clip.
was on it
I've ever
too.
seen it.
I know.
Oh, it's a great clip.
Is it online?
Can we find it?
I thought we did great. Yeah.
I could put it in the
Here's
pod.
the craziest thing: is that
Easy
the owner
treasy.
of Ant's company, Bruce, he was friends with another mogul who was starting a Christmas tree company, and he said,
This is
"Hey,
true.
we're going on Shark Tank. We need some elves to come out and
Like
when
literal
I'm
elves.
giving my pitch, like
Do some silly stuff.
you having a hard time setting up your tree." Try tree setup, and then we
Easy
run
treesy.
out. We try easy treesy. Thank you. Ant. Try easy treesy, and then we scamper out.
But it was
Me, Ant, Jackson Carlisle, head of One Republic playback. Never been more excited.
I think he had
dress up
green
as a-
hair at the
Yeah,
time.
to dress up as an elf, neck tat as an elf, and we set up the trees and did our dang thing. But it was a high pressure gig because the sharks are there.
You saw
Yeah.
Cuban in the flesh.
It was. Oh yeah, you
yeah,
walk
and if
right in
you
front of him.
goof up, like if you're the one who like the tree tips or an ornament doesn't go up right,
Cuban's gonna
It
go,
was
"Oh!"
crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy. It was a 2-day thing. The first day we were up in front of all the producers to make sure we didn't screw up because I think they turned down some people and say, "Yeah, you guys don't have
For some funny
Not
what
business.
it takes." So we go and we do like a full-on mock thing, and we go in and what we had to do is go in and open up a box, quickly set up a tree, have the lights work within like 45 seconds or something like that. And there's like 6 elves, and we blow it so bad in the tryout thing. And then we walk out, we're like just like bummed. We're like, "Sorry, Kurt." He's the guy who's like, "Yeah, I wish it would have gone better." And the producers come out, they're like, "Yep, yeah, just show up. We're gonna do the real thing tomorrow. Need you guys here by 9 a.m." And we're like,
it's got to be a little quicker.
like, "Yeah, you guys will be fine." We're like, "What?" Like, it went so bad.
Because they need stuff to go wrong too, or like not everything needs
Yeah.
to go great. So they can also set it up as like we need to have maybe something
But-
not go right.
Yeah, but we had the dress rehearsal and then the actual thing. So we dressed up as elves 2 days in a row.
Is it a lot of screen time, or you just bring the easy treesy out and then get off set?
We're honestly, I'm not kidding. Is that the elves we were working? So while he's pitching,
Yep.
you see us legit working in the back. We're
Yep.
not joking.
Okay, I'd love to see the clip.
Clip is live. We could get it up there.
Look it up, Shark Tank Easy Treesy.
Shark
Okay.
Tank, easy treesy. I think they might have offered him a deal and it might have fallen through after the show.
Lori or
No, they offered him a deal and
seems more
he
of a Lori.
refused
Seems
it.
more of a Lori thing.
Might have been a Lori situation.
She would have loved that for QVC.
They tried to lowball him, and he turned it down. But
You have seen the clip of the of the one guys that are demoing like the super hard like door stop that's supposed to work. The guys having to like, blast through it.
No.
You seen that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, classic fail. Like they're like trying to demonstrate like how strong this like door stopper, like how it's supposed to
The
work.
guy blasts through it.
Just blast.
Oh no,
Oh.
that's nightmare.
that's what was going on in my head.
Like the guy,
Oh.
like the very famous one from like the '90s of the guy on the ladder.
Oh,
It's like a platform.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look at the strength of this thing, and then it partway collapses, and he goes, oh, and then full thing like freaking folds in on him.
grape lady.
Oh, I was just thinking of Grape Lady.
Grape lady. That's an OG viral video.
G virality.
That one is it doesn't get better than that.
One of my friends, Jake Wolfert, shout out Wolfinator. He is doing. He's working on a project right now where he's going back to all these OG spots where like old YouTube videos were shot. So he has to go to the San Diego Zoo to shoot. He's like doing a little documentary on all like the first YouTube videos. He's going to the San Diego Zoo where the dude who created
The very
YouTube
first YouTube,
said like
yeah.
me at the zoo.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-second
Yeah,
video.
it's
of just-
supposedly
oh,
the
really?
first video
Him
ever
at the
uploaded
zoo?
to YouTube.
So he's going there to document that. And he's going to all these other
I
places.
wonder if he's going to geolocate the Rio Grande crossing where
No mames way.
No mames way.
He can find the log spot. I was gonna say too, if he could find the woods from the Unforgivable video.
Yeah.
Always
He
out
might
in
have
the
passed
woods.
away. Did I read that?
I don't know.
Oh, I hope not.
I think so.
I haven't kept up with him, but if you think about it, he was probably like 60 shooting.
I remember
this video.
in I was probably like a freshman in high school, and me and Dan, what's up, Dan? We would be at a party, and we would leave, go upstairs, find a computer to watch Unforgivable videos to get pumped up to go to talk to girls.
just laugh.
we would find a random room that we weren't allowed in, find a computer, and pull it up.
Wow.
Early
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's like, yeah, you got to get pumped up. It didn't work.
Unforgivable.
It didn't work.
Before YouTube, I would go on funnyjunk.com and watch videos.
You would be a funny junk guy.
Have you ever heard of that?
don't
More of an
remember,
E-Bombs
probably.
World family, but
E-Bombs
E-Bombs
World.
World.
E-Bombs
unfortunately,
World, for sure.
I just remember everyone would be crowded around, and they'd be watching E-Bombs videos, and I'd always have a funny feeling. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
like
there's
it.
some bad stuff on there. If you click
Yeah,
on the
it's a little
wrong-
too scary for you, Joe.
It's too spooky.
That's pretty spooky.
It was kind of early dark web stuff.
Yeah.
There was some fun little animations.
Yeah.
Fun little animations. But the other ones I had to dip out. I went full Severance. I was getting sucked
Rotten.
into the screen.
I think that was
Not rotten. I mean, that's pure dark web, dude.
Yeah, I know.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
That's like
It was an old
hostage
website.
videos and stuff.
Who knows what it is now, but back in the day it would be like, oh, you could watch a cow die or something like that. And it was like
decapitation.
All right.
oh,
Way to get demonetized, not.
Watch a cow
here
die.
goes the FedEx truck.
Watch it. That's as scary as Joe
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to go.
I
that's
didn't
as
go
bad as it
Watch
got for Joe.
Watch a
When
cow
you're a kid,
die.
you say animals die. It's pretty traumatic.
Meanwhile, Aunt unalived a pig
Yeah.
with your help in a Sri Lankan village
No.
to feed the village. I'll leave that
That
context
was
in
to
there. But
feed the villagers.
was it a pig?
It was a pig.
you hit it with a shovel.
No. Blunt end of an axe.
Nobody told you to turn the axe around?
Well,
You're
that was
supposed
a
to stun him
technique I was
first?
told to use by the locals in Sri Lanka. So the backstory is the first time we went to Sri Lanka, we went there and we built pig pens. There were like, I don't know, 6 or 8 pigs.
It's back to the current
And
life situation.
and they needed pig pens so that they could breed, and they need like their own little spot. And the gestation period for pigs, I think, is 90 days or something like that. It's like 3 months. It's really quick. And they can have like a whole bunch of piglets.
Great vocab word.
Thank you. And so when you came back the
That's why
next
he's our
year,
financial expert.
when we
dude.
came back next year, there were like 130 pigs, and they had them like in this.
We're
corral.
overrun.
Yeah, no, it
The
was.
pigs were ruling.
They had like a big old corral, and then they had pig pens for.
That's when they called it.
All driving freaking
They
Mercedes.
called it Ant the Hog Hunter, dude.
But they were so
Contracted
stoked on it when we left the second time. They're like, "We want to throw you guys a party. They're gonna make kotu roti. You remember that?
Shout out Kotu Roti.
Local dish.
Egg hopper.
But
yeah.
they wanted one of us to sacrifice the pig. They wanted us to kill it, and no one would do it. And they really, really wanted us to do it. And out of respect, I said, I will do it, and
Good
I did
man.
it. And it was one of the gnarliest things probably the gnarliest thing I've ever done.
For sure.
Yeah, it was insane.
big old hog, dude.
It was so gnarly. I remember.
A fully grown hog?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
a pink, like a farm pig.
Yeah, probably like 130 pounds or something like that.
Maybe more than that, Ant.
How
That was
did it-
bigger than
how did it
130.
stand
There's like
It was
there's
big.
like golden retrievers that weigh like 100 pounds.
It was
That thing
big.
Was probably
It was
200, my brew.
it was a full size pig, and
215.
and I'll never forget Max Houston, one of our good friends, massive redhead guy.
He's been on the pod.
Oh yes, yeah,
Been featured.
that guy.
State Farm agent.
I'll never forget just hearing him just go, oh, right when I hit it, like, and it was like a grunt, like, I'm so bummed I just watched Ant do that. Like, he was so bummed.
How did the pig stay steady for you to hit it?
Good question.
Ant
It was
sit.
hogtied. It was hogtied.
But
So
Ant still had to do
Hog-tied,
quite a
no
bit of
pun
run
intended.
around on him.
yeah, we tracked down the pig. We just like picked which one we wanted, and then we ran after it. I couldn't get it. One of the Sri Lankan guys got it, and then they hog tie it. And everything's happening so fast, and it's just a different culture out there, and you don't want to be like,
A pussy.
yeah, kind of.
Do you ever have
Well,
any?
like,
do you ever have
they
any-
were skittish for
we
sure,
buy-
and they knew that. But
That's pure farm to table. That's primitive eating. That's how
It is.
our ancestors survived once we developed agriculture
Yeah.
and farming. That's why our population is still here, because we were able to develop agriculture
Yeah.
and farming, and we went from hunter-gatherers into a more vital source of food, and that's how it's done. So if that freaks
Yeah.
you out, I'm sorry, but it's a lot better than look up on the contrary, look up the hog farm in China. It's unbelievable. It's a two 25-story buildings straight up in the air where they can produce something like 10 million pigs a day. For every 100 pigs consumed on the globe, 60 of them are eaten by people in China. They eat a lot of pork over there.
Really?
Yes. And they have this massive factory farm. It's not even factory farming. It's beyond that.
Yeah.
It's very unethical. It's very disturbing, but that's the alternative when it
Yeah.
gets to the other side.
And
so
this-
you can have this mustachioed little Latino man
Ant
come
Ant takes out one hog and gets torched online.
Yeah,
I'm about to say he loses his job.
it
but he
fed
already
like
lost that.
130 orphans.
Yeah.
And us. We had a big old party. It was fun.
And the
but-
first go around too, when they even killing the chickens, I couldn't handle. But we killed the chickens the first go, and then they were served for dinner that night.
And same thing. They wanted us.
They
to
wanted
kill
us
the
to
chickens
kill the
because
chickens.
we.
It's an honor.
We
couldn't
bought
kill
the
the chicken.
chickens
Chop
and
the
helped
head.
raise them. So like we funded
And-
everything and we built everything. And they're like, since you guys did that, we're gonna let the white man kill. And that's what they did.
And
the chickens and the.
when you struck the swine, was it not hard enough the first time?
Not at all.
It
It was
w-
multiple strikes.
Was it your technique or?
I think it was nerves. Like I hit it right where I needed to hit it, just not hard enough. And then
resilient.
I had to hit it a couple more times. Yeah.
Do you ever turn to the blade?
No.
The blade.
I
So you just
didn't.
club it.
Yeah.
Somebody should
they
give him a
want-
Louisville in there.
They
and
wanted
then
a knockout. They wanted a
Yeah.
KO knockout.
Yeah, they
didn't
wanted-
want the
and
blade.
they
need
didn't-
they need a better.
So they wanted
Tool.
it to not bleed. They didn't want it to open up because what they do right after that, once it's out, once it's dead, they build a fire and they put the pig without dressing it or anything. They put the
Burn
pig
off all the hair and
directly
skin
on the
and
fire,
everything?
and they burn off all the hair and then the first layer of skin with knives. They scrape it down, and then they dress it.
Do you ever wake in the night to squeals? Is there any ever?
I'm sure.
PTSD?
I'm sure there's some squeals in the night
squeal
over.
when you hit
you know.
I didn't catch that. What do you say?
I said I'm sure there's some squeals in the night, but I think you might already be awake. All right, we're having fun.
All right. But no, I don't have any bad dreams about it. I
It's
think
the
Max
featured
does, though.
guest. We get him talking about his hog.
Wrong
Live
hog.
killing, unemployment. This is Epstein's Island, where we just totally compromise him.
Yeah. We always plug
No.
people's jobs. Like,
I think-
shout out Max Hughes in State Farm. It's like we're trying to get people canned.
I'm already canned.
That's why I said we got nothing to
Well, we
lose
got
out
Cole
here.
with the hemorrhoids, Dante with peeing all over himself,
Me with
me
the
with the
lice.
pig, and then Joe needs to be exposed.
Lice.
I already got it with the lice. This
Lice.
is our public
Oh,
shaming.
lice. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the ritual.
this
That
is
was-
us.
Yeah. This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
Have you seen that show, Cole?
No, I haven't. I believe my wife watched it.
Beautiful show.
Good little
I hear
show.
it's good.
It's pretty fun.
India, Pakistan?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm hoping for a resolution in the other foreign wars, though. We need to
I agree.
we need to get those boys home on either side. Knock it off.
There's a ceasefire.
Cut the crap.
Putin called a
Cut the
ceasefire. I think, like,
Putin's full of it.
yeah. Who knows?
What is the majority religion in India? Any idea?
Hindu,
Yeah. Hindu,
but they're-
Buddhism.
and I think Pakistan might be heavy Muslim population.
Yeah.
Uh,
They've been a huge rivalry for decades, a long, long time. They've in a specific region, I think, where kind of
In
some
the
of that
mountain range
happened.
where the
yeah.
border is.
Yeah,
why
they're
are they
like
so angry with each
it's
other?
like North Korea and South Korea
Sort of, yeah.
vibes.
I mean, we've the video that we always quote of the kids. You can see it's a funny video.
Destroy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For backstory, there's a teacher, and
Clip that.
she's giving all her children a chance to say what they want to be when they grow up. Some of them are doctor, lawyer, scientists, but most of them, their pure goal in life is to destroy India. I will become pilot and destroy India. Like there's like little kids, and their goal
those
in life
usually-
is to destroy India. So you can tell it's like bred into
Indoctrinated.
them.
Yeah.
patriotic.
You're gonna be a pilot, Grant.
And she's stoked on it.
They get more hyped if you want to be a pilot.
Yeah,
If
she's
you want to
proud of
join
him.
the army and
and destroy.
India. Yeah, it's so curious why they don't like each other. I've never really looked it up
Well,
or thought
you
about
haven't
it.
been there, so get over there and
Yeah, I haven't even
Yeah.
been there.
you've even been. So if you go, you'll see. You never been. Me and Aunt should have popped over there when we were in Sri Lanka, but
could've.
we ran out of rupees. I was covered in lice and we didn't have any rupees. But we
Pretty
should've.
close,
did
right?
run out
But
of-
Sri Lankans,
Sri Lanka's right at the bottom of India. It's
physically, they look like they're from the region, but they're a whole separate culture. And
yeah, similar culture.
are they
different?
Are they a territory of either, or it's an independent nation?
Independent nation.
We had a week off where because we worked at an orphanage there for 2 months, and there was like a week off that we had, and we grew too fond of the orphanage, so we didn't leave.
Yeah, they
ended
were
up not
like-
doing our little vacation day because
Yeah.
we didn't want to leave.
The people were like when we were
Squad
getting
was
set up, they're like,
too tight.
it's gonna be really hard for you guys, like every day working and like seeing
You'll wanna
the
get out.
poverty. You're gonna need like a rest day or like a rest week, and we're like, no, like
didn't
we
wanna
don't
leave.
want to leave. This is fun.
Still homies with some of the boys
Leave us alone.
on Facebook too.
Yeah, they're doing good.
They're chilling.
I think
Ants
so.
might be rocking the shirt right now.
Yeah, I am actually. That's funny.
Show the merch, dude.
This is Sri Lanka. We
Oh,
made
so
the
one of
the
shirt probably
teachers?
like 2011. 2012.
Homie and his wife had like 100 kids there in foster care that they just started their own orphanage.
The
Yeah,
father,
he grew up.
Nice.
and he went by Sri Lanka.
No,
You dubbed him
was,
that?
The white men made that up.
We had to make the merch, dude.
Yeah.
We had to raise some money.
We sold a lot of these shirts.
Yeah.
Did really, really well with them. Raised a bunch of money. And it's just the
It's kind
most
of an
interesting
iconic
man in the world.
South
The
End
guy
shirt.
from
Very
Dos Equis.
iconic tee.
and we just put
Comfort colors.
Pastor Diaratna on there.
And
His
remember
face.
on Facebook too,
he has a
after
cup of tea.
we left, some of the local Sri Lankan government was trying to shut down his orphanage. They got a lot of the kids taken away.
They did.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
Trying
Really gnarly.
to wrong his name. It's like a heavy Buddhist region. He grew up a monk. But then
Oh,
some
because
of the monks,
it's a Christian
yeah,
situation.
he's a Christian dude.
Oh,
Grew up a monk though, and a lot of the monks in that region are just bad dudes. For some reason, it's like run by some monks that are no good.
It's like extremist.
Extremist.
there's probably some
Buddhists.
monk crime rings for sure.
There's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he explained it to us that like the kids if you grew up and you were a kid who wasn't doing well in school, misbehaving, in trouble, like they'd send you to the monastery.
Monk
So
mode.
a lot of
yeah.
these kids that became monks were actually like just some pinche juvie
near
for Sri
near
Lanka.
where we live in Long Beach, there's a huge Buddhist temple, a beautiful building. It's huge, and there's a lot. You'll just drive around Long Beach, right around where we are, and see the guys in the full orange
Yeah.
smocks. Lots of monks around there. Catch them at Ralph's, buying
I did see 'em.
M&Ms, and
I did see a monk at
Skittles.
Ralph's one time
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
yeah, they're buying snacks.
It's so funny when you just see them doing like normal
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Hemorrhoid pills.
Yeah, we'd see him at like the mall
Prep age. Yeah.
in Sri Lanka.
Interesting. Interesting.
Speaking
Thank
of
you.
bathroom etiquette, I really have to pee. What are we at here? Not to bring the fun down. Lakers in 5.
Lakers are 5. Even though we're
playing today?
No way they
Are
can.
they playing today, Joe?
down
They
3.
need to be Lakers in 7 now.
We're down 3-1, so Lakers cannot go in 5. But Lakers play tonight, 7 p.m. I'll be live streaming on my Twitch.
Is it 3-0?
too, for all of our followers. We're down 3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
It's not looking good.
So, yeah.
Blew the last game.
Yeah, so of all of our followers, you can actually catch me. You can watch the game live with us.
on Twitch.
Darbonic Jerky will be there.
David Bars.
All of our sponsors repped while I'm watching live stream. But yeah, games tonight, heavily stressed. Last game was very stressful. We've had big leads coming in. Oh, Red Tail fighting two crows.
No, that's a turkey vulture.
Shit. That's not a turkey vulture.
That is a
it
turkey vulture. That's way too
they're
big to
trying
be a
to
red
come
tail.
back to their home. We used to have turkey vultures on this tree.
You guys got to get a camera to face out.
Get a picture of
the tree.
The crows are extremely
losing 'em.
territorial. I'm sure their eggs are victimized a lot by the raptors of the sky.
Look
the
at
red
Don
tail
taking the
hawks.
BTS. Well, Ant, thanks for cruising down, brother.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Love to have a special guest. And
Yeah.
honestly, come back anytime.
Thank you.
Unless you get
I will.
hired at a new law firm.
Then we're going to have to
Big
do
news coming for me and Ant. Be on
Yes.
standby.
big
Couple days,
stuff
any day
coming.
now.
Really?
Big things
Massive.
this Friday.
This Friday.
Huge.
A release of sorts.
We'll see.
Wonderful.
Don and
I don't know about this.
Don
Well-
and Ant are doing a country album. Production by Eagle from the Void. Well,
Take
man,
Cole's
cue the song, brother. Cue it.
I've been trying to think of a funny pun from Brooks and Dunn for them, but it hasn't come to mind. So,
For them, me and Ant.
Brooks
Yes.
and Dunn, like the.
Oh, gotcha.
like
Yeah.
Brooks and Dumb. I don't know.
We got the new title. Thanks, Ant. We're out.
All right.